top 3 lessons after reading over 700 books on personal development. Here they are. Lesson number 1 is your mind is creating your reality. What has happened from the ages of 0 to 7 years of age? These are the formative years. This is where you're actually given your identity and your sense of self. So everything that you see, everything that you hear, and everything you notice in your outside world, that is what is giving you your personality. And for many of us growing up, we were not surrounded by people or by an environment that was successful or supportive of healthy emotions and relationships. Many of us have not had our human needs met growing up. And as a child, we had a need to feel significant, to feel validated, to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel loved, to feel understood, and to really feel like we matter. But because we didn't have these needs met, many of us, we have sabotaging patterns where we go out and we do things that don't serve us. For example, we do people pleasing. We sacrifice ourselves. We don't ask for what we want. I just spoke to a lady recently on the phone before, and she said to me how she wanted to be a successful coach. She believed that she had to sacrifice herself to help other people, and she never wanted to take from anyone, and she had certain charges around money and asking for money. Now, this is an example of the normal conditioning that we see where you have been conditioned or have learned to not believe empowering things about money. Like you believe it's the root of all evil, that it's hard to get. The other thing that we learn growing up, a lot of us, is that we don't deserve things. So we don't deserve to be happy, we don't deserve a good relationship, we don't deserve love or happiness, things like that. That's because we never had our needs met growing up. And that's why we have such low self-deservedness. But your mind is very powerful. And what you know is you have this amygdala, fear center of the brain, that is trying to keep you safe. And then you have a prefrontal cortex, which is the creative part of your mind. That is the part of the mind that is the home of your ambitions, your dreams, your desires. And a lot of us are not designing our life from that part of the mind. We're actually creating it from that safety part of the mind, which is only doing what is comfortable and what is safe for us. But you are a creative human being, the most intelligent species there is on Earth. So that's an example of how your mind is creating your reality. But if you imagine yourself like a blank iPod, you were plugged into the world. You downloaded all these limiting songs about yourself and about life. And when your life is limited, it's because of those songs that you've downloaded. Now, you've got to break free of that, but the way to do it is by subconsciously reprogramming yourself. And that's why I offer our neurotransformation therapy coaching training to reprogram the subconscious. So now you know that the first lesson is your mind is creating a reality. The second lesson is that you must master this skill of influence and marketing. What is influence? That is getting people to do what you want them to do, ideally in a way that serves them as well. So you're doing things in a win-win scenario. Now, influence, this skill, is very powerful. It's other people who have the resources, the knowledge, or the money, or the know-how that you don't have. And in order to do that, you've got to first be able to trust other people, which means being able to trust yourself, because you won't trust others any more than you trust yourself. But then you've also got to influence people to share their knowledge and what they know with you. And that takes skill. And there's so many good books on that, skill and influence, but you've got to invest the time in that. And the second skill that you've got to master as this second lesson is marketing. Marketing is getting people to respond to you, getting people to engage with you based on what you post online. Right? In the old days, marketing was all about, handing out flyers or word of mouth, whatever, but now it's all done online. So you have to be really good at doing things like copywriting, being able to type letters or say things online that get people to engage with you. You have to be really good at doing images and doing posts and getting lots of likes and comments, because we live in an attention economy now. That means you want to get people to know who you are and get people to see your value. And that means knowing marketing. Now, the third lesson is that you must find a mentor. You must find somebody who is living the life that you want. If you can't find that, then you're going to be stuck, because we are the average of the top 5 people we spend the most time with. And most of us are hanging around people that are not inspiring us or lifting us up or living the life that we want. So a mentor, it's a better question to ask, not like, what do I need to do or how do I do it? A better question than that is, who knows what I need to know to get to where I want to be? And there was a book by Jim Collins called Good to Great. But basically we learned from that book and other literature, and Oprah Winfrey, by the way, the reason why she got her own network is because she was a news anchor and someone said to her, why don't you create your own network? That was someone else that advised that. Harrison Ford, he was the carpenter on George Lucas's house. And he asked George Lucas, like, I would love to be an actor. George Lucas, why don't you go audition for this role called Han Solo? That was his first role. And then he went to get Indiana Jones and then The Last Crusade, all of those, and Star Trek, all the rest. But these are examples of those events. Mark Zuckerberg, he asked Tom, the guy that had MySpace, he said, why is MySpace so much more popular? He said, well, we allow people to share photos between friends. Oh, that's a great idea. People love tagging. And Facebook took off. So there are my 3 lessons. I hope that's helped you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. Those are my top 3 lessons to change your life. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.